Hi all, I am Mr. Shivagana Prasad, an aptitude trainer having an experience of 14 years in training the students. Now I am come up with a new video. In this video, I'm going to explain the part I'm going to explain part 2 of the TCS Digital 7th August 2021 advanced aptitude questions and its solutions. I already explained part 1 covering of 10 questions, and in part 2 I will cover 15 to 17 questions. Right, the main objective of preparing this video exclusively, this part 1 and part 2 videos, is the aspirants who are looking for TCS Ninja will definitely get a good idea how much depth you have to prepare for TCS Ninja, and what topics you should be take more attention in preparation. For that purpose, this TCS digital original questions which are asked in 7th August will be very helpful. Right, I'm going to explain all the questions in a simplest way. I'm going to explain all the questions in a simplest way. Let us take that one. Now, the first question: A and B are coming from opposite direction. Okay, A starts at 10 a.m. towards B. B starts at 11 a.m. A starts at 10, B starts at 11. Okay, their starting timings are different. The speed of A and B are 40, 50. Okay, at what time will they meet each other if they are 100 meters apart? Very simple, straight question, right? We need the time. Time is nothing but a distance by speed. Distance by speed. We need time is nothing but distance by speed. Now here two objects are involved, and if two or more objects are involved, relative speed comes into picture. Here both objects are moving in opposite direction. Relative speed is sum of the individual speeds. Relative speed is sum of the individual speeds. So denominator is over. Now coming to numerator. Numerator is the distance. We have to write the distance in the numerator in such a way that their starting timings should be same. Right, this is at 10 a.m. this is starts at 11 a.m. So A starts 1 hour earlier. So in 1 hour A covers how much? 40 kilometers, which means the initial distance is 100. It is reduced by 40, which is nothing but 60 kilometers at the time of 11 a.m. So exactly 11 a.m. the distance between the two trains is 60. Right, that is what you should write. The numerator, the distance that we are going to write, should be in such a way that the starting timing should be same. 60 by 90, which is nothing but 6 by 9, nothing but 2 by 3 hours. So after 2 by 3 hours from 11 a.m. the two trains going to meet. 2 by 3 hours in the sense 2 by 3 into 60, which is nothing but 40 minutes. 40 minutes from 11 a.m. nothing but 11:40 a.m. the two trains are going to meet. Keep remember, my dear students, aspirants, just take care about the starting timings. Right, the starting timings are different. You should make the starting times as the same in this way. In this way, 100 is the distance between them when A at 10 a.m. B at 11 a.m. 60 is the distance between them when both trains are at 11 a.m. That is the distance we need. Next question: the average of 19 numbers. The average of 19 numbers is 42. Therefore sum of 19 numbers I am writing, which is nothing but 19 into 42, 360, 798. This is the average. This is the sum of the 19 numbers and the average of first 6 numbers. So I am finding the sum of the first 6 numbers. Sum of the first 6 numbers is nothing but 6 into 38.5. Sum of the first 6 numbers, 6 into 38.5, which comes out to be 231. And that of the last 14 numbers. So sum of the last 14 numbers. Last 14 numbers is nothing but 14 into average is 45.5. 14 into 45.5. I'm using the on-screen calculator. It comes out to be 637. Okay, this is the first 6 numbers. This is the last 4 numbers. So I'm finding the sum of 20 numbers. The sum of 20 numbers. The sum of 20 numbers is how much? 231 plus 637, which is nothing but 868. Now see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the sum of the first 6 numbers, which is nothing but 231, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, right? 19. Now sum of the last 14 numbers. Last 14 numbers in the sense 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, it is 18. Something is missing. This is right. So this is the sum of the 14 numbers, right? Sum of the 14 numbers is 613, 7. Now in this 231 sum, in this 637 sum, the number 6 has been taken twice. The number 6 has been taken twice. Therefore, the number 6 is equal to how much? Number 6 is nothing but 868 minus number 868 minus 798. This is the sum of the 20 numbers. This is the sum of the 19 numbers. In this 20 numbers sum, the sixth number has been taken twice. That value will comes out now. 868 minus 798. 868 minus 7, which is nothing but 70. The sixth number is 70. Now what he is asking, if the sixth number is excluded, then what is the sixth number is excluded? What is the average? If the sixth number is excluded, what is the average? Sum of the 19 numbers is 798. Sixth number is excluded minus 70. Sixth number is 70. Now the numbers are 19 minus 1, 18, which comes out to be 728 minus 18. 728 minus 18. Using the on-screen calculator, it will comes out to be 40.4. Very easy question, my dear students. Only thing is, this is the sensitive part, right? That is the sensitive part. Listen repeatedly, you will get definitely understand, right? For the complete package of the questions from averages and the complete package of the entire aptitude, you can contact this number. Yeah, certain sum was invested 20% per annum for a year, such that the interest was compounded half yearly. Rate of interest is 20% compounded half yearly. Half yearly in the sense, for every 6th month we are going to pay the interest. For the first year compounded half yearly, and the next year compounded yearly. If get on the sum was 10,170, then the sum was, okay, fine. Okay, fine, right. Let the principal is 100. Let the principal is 100. First year, first 6 months. Again first year, next 6 months. Why I am dividing 6 months in the first year is because exclusively only in first year compounded annually. Now second year. So 20% for year. So 6 months 10%. 10% of 100 is nothing but a 10. 10% of 100 is nothing but a 10. 10% of 10 is nothing but 1. This is 11. Right? So compound interest is nothing but interest on interest. 10% of principal is 100. This is the first 6 months. Next 6 months, 10% of principal, that is 100, which is nothing but 10. And before this, the interest paid is 10. Its 10% is 1. Right? Now coming to second year, 20%. 20% of 100 is nothing but 20. Next, 20% of 10 is nothing but 2. 20% of 10 is nothing but 2. 20% of 1 is nothing but 2. These three are interest on interest. This is interest on principal. Now this is how much? This is 24.2. This is 24.2. Now overall compound interest is 10 plus 11 plus 24.2. This is 21, 24, 45, 45.2. So total compound interest is 45.2 for the assumed principal of 100. For the assumed principal of 100, the compound interest is 45.2. Actually, in the question, the compound interest is 10,070. 10,170. For the actual 10,170, what is the principal? It is simply 100 into 10,170 whole divided by 45.2. 45.2. Using the on-screen calculator, I am going to get this as 22,500. Using the on-screen calculator, I got 22,500, which is nothing but option D, which is there, 22,500. Option D is there, which is nothing but 22,500. Very, very simple question. Only thing is compounded half yearly. You have to calculate for first 6 months and then next 6 months. Keep remember students, compound interest is nothing but interest on interest. Interest on principal plus interest on interest. Keep it remember. Next question. A divided money between two sons B and C. The amount received by B after 13 years is equal to the amount received by C after 15 years at the rate of 4% compound interest. Okay. The difference between their shares is 102. Find the amount in total. Okay. A divided money between two sons B and C. Amount received by B. See here. Amount received by B in 13 years is equal to amount received by C in 15 years. Right? Rate of interest is the same. Mode of interest is also same. So therefore, what we can say, the amount got by B should be greater than amount got by C from A, right? Because the amount received by B in 13 years is equal to amount received by C in 15 years, right? So B get the amount in less time, which means his principal amount should be more. That principal comes from A. Therefore, definitely B has more amount. So the difference between PB minus PC, principal of B minus principal of C, is given as 102. Let it be first equation. Now, next equation is compound interest formula. PB into 1 plus R by 100 for 13 years is equal to PC into 1 plus R by 100 for 15 years. This will be cancelled too. So PB into 1 plus R by 100. Sorry. Therefore PB is equal to 1 PC into 1 plus rate of interest is 4%, 4 by 100 whole square. Therefore PB is equal to PC into 1 plus, this is 1 by 25 whole square. So nothing but PB is equal to PC into 25 plus 1, 26. 26 square is 676 divided by 25 square is 625. 625. Okay, fine. Now make use of the attention that PB is equal to PC plus 102. We can write this one as PB is equal to PC plus 102. If I write like this, in place of PB, if we substitute PC into 102, I am writing over here P in place of PB, PC into PC plus 102 equal to PC into 676 divided by 625. 676 divided by 625. Therefore PC into 676 divided by 625 minus 1 equal to 102. Therefore, PC into 676 minus 625, which comes out to be 51. 51 divided by 625 is equal to 102. This is 2 times. Now we got the PC value 625 into 2, 1250. Therefore, PB is equal to PB is equal to PB is equal to 1250 plus 102, which is nothing but 1352. 1352. Right. Find the total amount, which is nothing but sum of these two. This is 2, this is 0, this is 6, 2602. This is the total amount that was shared by A to his two sons B and C. Right. Beautiful question. Only the basic question. Only this is a basic question. Only this is a basic question, no doubt. When a number x is divided by 9, the remainder is 6. Okay. When the same number is divided by 21, the remainder is 12. Right. If x lies between 250 and 450, then what is the sum of all the possible values of x? There is a lot of chance to get the similar type of question in the upcoming TCS also. A very important quality question under this category. In this category, very important rock solid question. Taking the second statement, what was the second statement? When the number divided by 21, the remainder is 12. That kind of number is 21x plus 12, right? Whatever the value of x, when this number is divided by 21, the remainder is 12. Now, the same number, which means our number is 21x plus 12. This number divided by 12, this number divided by 21, we are going to get the remainder 12. When the same number is divided by 9, we have to get the remainder is how much? 6. Just understand. Now, 9 2s are 18. So what I am doing is 18x plus 9. The rest of the term is how much? 3x plus 3 divided by 9. Now, whatever I circled, from that there is no remainder. So, but the remainder is how much? We have to get the remainder of 6. Remainder of 6. That remainder will comes from 3x plus 3. 3x plus 3 by 9. We have to get the remainder 6. So, if x is equal to 1, 3x plus 3, I am talking about 3x plus 3. 3x plus 3, if x is equal to 1, 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 by 9, remainder is equal to 6. So, for x is equal to 1, it is satisfied. For x is equal to 1, it is satisfied. Now, for x is equal to 4, 3 4s are 12. 12 plus 3, 15. 15 by 9, remainder is 6. Remainder is 6. Absolutely satisfied. Now, for x is equal to 7. For x is equal to 7, 3 7s are 21 plus 3, 24. 24 by 9, remainder is 6. Again satisfied. Now, this is the sequence of x. Now, substituting here, for x is equal to 1, we are going to get the number 33. For x is equal to 2, we are going to get the number 96. For x is equal to 4. Now, for x is equal to 7, we are going to get the number 159. This difference is 63. This difference is 63. Now, 159 plus 63, which is nothing but 222. Now, 222 plus 63, which is nothing but 285. 285 plus 63, which is nothing but 348. 348 plus 63, which is nothing but 411. We need the numbers between 250 and 440. These are the numbers. We need this sum. So the answer for this question is 285 plus 348 plus 411, and that sum comes up to be 1044. 1044. That is 1044. 285, you can check. 285 divided by 21, the remainder is 12. 285 divided by 9, the remainder is 6. All both properties satisfies these three numbers. The sum of the three numbers is 1044. Very, very important question, my dear viewers. Rock solid question. Definitely you should be prepared in this depth. If you prepare in this depth, you can definitely crack the upcoming TCS exam in the September first week or August last week in 2021. You have to prepare, you have to be conscious in this way, right? Prepare more deeply, right? My sincere advice is prepare more deeply, more in depth. C can complete a work alone in 60 days. A and B take 40%, 75% more time than C. The work was started by A, and B and C worked with A on every third day. In how many days will the work will be finished? Okay. First of all, I would like to do this one. C can complete the work in 60 days. Okay, this is okay. Then A takes how much time? A takes 40% more, which is nothing but 60 plus 40% of 60. 10% is 6. 40% is 24. 60 plus 24 is 84. So A takes 84 days. Now what about B? B takes 75% more than C. So 60 plus 75% of 60, which is nothing but 60 plus 75% is nothing but 3 by 4 into 60. 15 4s are 15 4s are 45, 105. 60 plus 105 days. Right. Now based on this, I'm going to assume the total work. Let the total work is LCM of time taken by A is 84, time taken by B is 105, time taken by C is 60. The LCM of 84, 105, 60 is nothing but 420. Let our total work is 420. Now coming to 1 day works. A 1 day work, right? 420 by 84. 420 by 84, which is nothing but a 5 work. Now coming to B 1 day work. B 1 day work, 420 by 105, nothing but 4 work. C 1 day work. C 1 day, 420 by 60, nothing but 7 work. 420 by 60 is nothing but 7 work. These are the 1 day works. Now see the pattern of work. The work was started by A, and B and C worked with A on every third day. So A first day, observe the pattern of work, my dear students. Very important quality question. First day A works. A can complete 5 work. Second day also A. Second day also A. In 1 day A can complete 5 work. Now coming to third day. Third day, every third day what happens? B and C joins with A. B and C joins with A, which means every third day what happens? All three together works. All three 1 day can do how much work? 7 plus 4, 11 plus 5, 16 work. Now this is 16 plus 10, 26. So 26 work will complete in how many days? 3 days. 26 work completes in how many days? 3 days. Okay. Now let us take the close multiple of 26 nearer to 420, which is nothing but 26 into 16. 26 into 16 is nothing but 416. So 416 work will complete in here also into 16. 16 3s are 48. 48 days. So 48 days, 416 work is completed. Now on 49th day, whose turn? It is A turn. Ever chestarandi? Whose turn? It is A turn. What is the remaining work? Total is 420. Already 416 is over. The remaining work is 4. But A can do 5 work in a day. So to complete the 4 work, A takes how much time? 4 by 5 days. 4 by 5 days. Therefore, the work will be completed in 48 4 by 5 days. The work will be completed in 48 4 by 5 days. 48 4 by 5 days. Very, very important. The pattern of work you should understand. This is a almost similar kind of question, comes under simultaneous working, but very, very important model students, my dear aspirants. There is a definite chance to get these type of questions in the upcoming TCS also. Very, very helpful sessions. The entire time and work concept I covered in 7 videos. If you want that entire concept, contact this number. Entire aptitude course, I have the video lectures. If you want, you can contact. Beautifully explained video course is available with me. All these questions, whatever the questions which you are listening now, all these varieties of questions I already covered in my, right, because the quality of content I'm giving. This is also question I covered in the video course as well as in my books. Superb quality question. The numbers 4121, 4973, 6464 leaves the same remainder x. Remainder is nothing but here x. In each case, when divided by the greatest number y, right, we have to divide with the greatest number, then leaves the same remainder. So how to calculate that greatest number leaving the same remainder case? You have to take the differences. 4973 minus 4121. 4973 minus 4121. That difference is nothing but 852. Next, 6464 minus 4973. Exclusively for this model, which is nothing but 1491. Next, 6464 minus 4121, which is nothing but 2343. 2343, right? You have to, leaving the same remainder, in that case you have to do this differences, calculate the differences. Now the next one is HCF, and that greatest number will be obtained by taking the HCF, and that greatest number is obtained by taking the HCF of these differences. 852, 1491, 2343. All are divisible by 3 because the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So this is nothing but 3 into 2 square into prime factorization method I am applying. No, this is 3 into 7 into 71. This is nothing but 3 into 11 into 71. After writing the prime factorization, HCF is equal to product of the common prime bases with the least power. 3 is there, 3 is there. 3 into 71 is there, 71 is there. 71 into 3, which is nothing but 213. This is the HCF, or the highest number, greatest number. In this case, this is our y value, right? This is our y value. Very important, rock solid question. Superb question. Now, y we got. Now, remainder we need. For remainder, what we have to do? Let us check. 4121 divide with the greatest number 213. Divide with greatest number 213 one time, which is nothing but 213. The difference is 199, right? 9 times, which is nothing but 1917, right? Remainder is how much? 74. Let us check whether the same remainder that we are going to get or not for the next number also. Let us check. 4973 divide with the greatest number, that is 213 here, HCF, 2 times, which is nothing but 426. That comes out to be 71, that is 3. Next, 3 times, which is nothing but 639. Remainder is how much? 74. We got the same remainder, no doubt. And this is nothing but our x value. What we need? We need 2y minus x. which is nothing but 2 into 2, 13 minus x is 74. That comes out to be how much? 352. 352. Superb quality question. Superb quality question, right? There is a lot of all these varieties are I beautifully explained in my video course as well as in the books that I was written. For that purpose, you can contact to this. The number of ways of choosing x plus 8 balls out of 36 balls is equal to choosing x balls out of 36 balls. Very simple. Choosing of x plus 8 balls out of 36 is nothing but 36c x plus 8. Choosing of x balls out of 36 is nothing but 36c8. 36cx. In this question, he has given these two are equal. 36c x plus 8 is equal to 36c x. What he is asking, find the number of ways of choosing x plus 5 balls out of 25, which means we need to calculate 25c x plus 5 value. 25c x plus y value. So x plus 5 value. So first of all, we need x from this. We need x from this. Okay. NCR is equal to NCN minus R. Keeping this identity or this relation in mind, I am just doing one trial and error wild guess. I am just doing one trial and error wild guess. For x is equal to 14. For x is equal to 14. 36c 14 plus 8. X is 14. Which is nothing but 36c 14 plus 8 is 22. Now I am applying this one to this. 36c 22 is equal to NCR is equal to NCN minus R, which is nothing but 36c 36 minus 22, which is nothing but 36c 14, which is nothing but 36c x. X is 14 we got. Perfectly sinks this wild guess. Perfectly sinks. For x is equal to 14. For x is equal to 14. So x is 14. We need what? 25c 14 plus 5. Nothing but 25c 19. 25c 19 is nothing but 25 factorial divided by 6 factorial n minus r factorial into r factorial, which is nothing but 25 into 24 into 23 into 22 into 21 into 20 divided by 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2. 19 factorial gets cancelled. Okay, let us closely, I'm changing the color but for better presentation. Yeah, so 6 4s are 24, that is out. 3 2s are 6, okay. 5 5s are 25, okay. 3 7s are 21. 2 11s, this is. Entire denominators are over, so 5 into 23 into 11 into 7 into 20. Using the on-screen calculator, 5 into 23 into 11 into 7 into 20, which comes out to be 177,100, which is there in the options. Very, very good quality question. Very, very good quality question. You have to prepare in this depth, my dear students. My sincere advice, as the number of recruitments are more, there is a lot of chance to get moderate level question paper in all the upcoming drives. Keeping in view that, prepare easy level, moderate level and difficult level questions in each and every topic, because aptitude is the deciding factor in written test. Aptitude is the deciding factor in written test. So if you are good at aptitude, there is a lot of chance to crack all the questions and cracking the written test also. Keeping in mind, aptitude is the deciding factor in written test. 15 men, 20 boys. Very important, easy Frequently asked model. 15 men and 20 boys can complete a work in 15 days. Now, for 1 day completion, 15 into 15, 225 men plus 20 into 15, 20 into 15, which is nothing but 300 boys can complete the work in 1 day. Right? Now, second relation is what? 20 men and 35 boys can complete the work in 10 days. Now I am going to calculate for 1 day. 20 into 10, 200 men. 35 into 10, 350 boys can complete the work in 1 day. Now this is also the same work completes in 1 day. This is also the same work in completes in 1 day. So we can equate to do these things in this way. 225 men plus 300 boys is equal to 200 men plus 350 boys. If we do this, 25 men is equal to 350 minus 50, 50 boys, which means one man is equal to two boys. One man is equal to two boys. That is the relation between man and boys in case of efficiency relation. Determine the efficiency of boys with respect to men, which means what we need? Boys efficiency divided by men efficiency, B by M, which is nothing but 1 by 2. Easy important question. A sum of X was, very good quality question. A sum of rupees X was lent at 10% per annum for 4 years, interested compounded annually. If the difference between the compound interest for 4 years, fourth year and the third year is 847, then what is the value of X? Just listen this question, which is a fantastic question. Just read the question one more time. A sum of rupees X was lent at 10% per annum for 4 years. Interest compounded annually. Okay, full stop. If the difference between the compound interest for fourth year and the third year is 847, what was the value of X? We need to calculate the principal amount. That's okay. Let us take the principal as 100. If we take principal as 100, now compounded annually, right? Principal as 100. Compounded annually for how many years? 4 years. First year, second year, third year, fourth year. Now keeping in mind that compound interest, interest on interest plus interest on principal also. Interest on principal, 10% of 100 is 10. That is the first year interest. Now this is the CA for the first year. Now CA for the second year. Interest on principal is 10. Before this 10 is the interest. Interest on interest. 10% of 10 is nothing but 1. So total compound interest for exclusively second year is how much? Is nothing but 11. This 1 is nothing but interest on interest, which is nothing but interest on this 10. Now third year, interest on principal is nothing but 10% of 100 is nothing but 10. Next, interest on interests. Now interest on this 10 is nothing but 1. Interest on this 10 is nothing but 1. Interest on this 1 is nothing but 0.1, which comes out to be 12.1. This is the total interest, compound interest exclusively third year. Now coming to fourth year, interest on principal, 10% of 100 is 10. Now interest on interest. Interest on this 10, I am changing the color for better presentation. Interest on this 10 is nothing but 1. Interest on this 10 is nothing but 1. Interest on this 10 is nothing but 1. Interest on this 1 is nothing but 0.1. Interest on this 1 is nothing but 0.1. Interest on this 1 is nothing but 0.1. Interest on this 0.1 is nothing but 0.01. This total is how much? 10, 11, 12, 13, 13.1, 13.2, 13.3, 13.31. 13.31. This is the total compound interest exclusively fourth year. What he is given? The difference between third year and fourth year. Here, how much the difference between third year and fourth year? Fourth year is 13.31 minus third year is 12.1. 13.31 minus 12.1. 13.31 minus 12.1. Just using the on-screen calculator, how much it is? Nothing but 1.21. This is the difference. Now the difference we got 1.21 for the assumed principal of 100. Actually in the question the difference is how much? 847. For the actual 847 difference we get the principal, which is nothing but 100 into 847 whole divided by 1.21. By using the on-screen calculator you exactly get 70,000. Easy question. The calculative part is also easy based on the principal amount. Next, superb question this is. Rajesh can complete a job in 18 days. Rajesh can complete a job in 18 days. That is okay. That is okay. Rohit is 50% more skilled than Rajesh. If you are not understanding this statement very well, you definitely do a mistake. 50% more. 50% more. More. This word is very important here. Now coming to Rajesh and Rohit. Right? Let us say efficiency. If Rajesh is 100% efficient, then Rohit is 100 plus 50, which is nothing but 150% efficiency. So efficiency ratio is nothing but 52s 53s. Now you know that efficiency is inversely proportional to time taken. Therefore time taken ratio must be 3:2. He already given that Rajesh takes how much time? 18 days. So 3 to 18, it is nothing but 6 in 6 times. Here also makes 6 times, which means Rohit takes how much time? 12 days. So Rohit takes 12 days. Rohit takes 12 days. Rohit takes 12 days. Now LCM of time taken, you will get the total work as value that we want to assume. 18, 12, 36. 36 is the total work that we are assuming. 36. Now here I am writing. Therefore Rajesh 1 day work is how much? Rajesh 1 day work 36 by 18, which is nothing but 2 work. Now Rohit 1 day work is how much? 36 by 12, which is nothing but 3 work. Now he is asking what? Together 1 day work is how much? 5 work. How many days? Total 36 is the work. Together they can finish 5 work in a day. So time taken will be 36 by 5 days, which is nothing but 5 sevens 5 twos. 7.2 days the work will be finished by the 2 persons based on the given data. Right? Based on the given data. We just calculating the Rohit time taken based on this beautiful concept. Very, very important concept. Much useful concept. And also very important question as far as time and work efficiency model questions. Very important model question in from the time and work concept. The time and work concept I explained in 11 videos. The complete time and work with practice questions also I explained in 11 videos. For the complete aptitude course, aptitude video course, you can contact this. Right. Let us see the next question. What was that next question? What was that next question? Superb quality question. Raj sold his bat at X% profit. Right? Profit is taken on CP, my dear students. Please remember. Discount will be given on MRP. Please remember these basics. Profit will be calculated on cost price. and discount will be given on marked price or the listed price, right? Now after getting the profit you are going to sell, after giving the discount also you are going to sell. So in both the cases the selling price is same, because the product is same product. We are going to get the profit by selling at some x% profit, right? And also you are offering a discount also on MRP, and you are going to sell at the same price. So selling price is the same. Okay, now because the selling price is same, what we can write, 100 minus x percent is the discount. 100 minus x percent is the discount of what? MRP. This is nothing but a selling price. Now 100 plus x percent of what? Cost price. This is nothing but selling price. These two are the selling prices of the same quality, right? Selling price. This is taken based on MRP. This is taken on what? Cost price. Here minus because of discount. This is plus because of profit, right? Now if we equate these two, what we are going to get? 100 minus x percent of MRP is equal to 100 plus x percent of cost price. So percentages and percentages, if we remove the percentages, MRP divided by cost price is nothing but 100 plus x divided by 100 minus x, right? As I'm explaining the entire question, otherwise I can directly write this equation. One of the premier relation between MRP and CP. Listen, if you are remember this one, the time taken will be saved here. For this, whatever the explanation and time that we have taken, that will be saved. A premier relation between MRP and CP. MRP by CP is equal to 100 plus profit percentage. This is profit percentage divided by 100 minus this is discount percentage. In this case, profit percentage and discount percentage both are same, right? The premier relation is MRP by CP is equal to 100 plus profit percentage divided by 100 minus discount percentage. Okay, that's okay. Next thing is what? Next thing is the market price is 2400 more than the cost price. So MRP is equal to 2400 more than what? Cost price. And also the selling price was, and selling price is equal to 900 more than cost price, right? From these two we are going to get MRP minus SP, which is nothing but discount, and that discount CP gets cancelled. We are going to get 1500 is the discount, and selling price was 900 more than the cost price. So that 900 is nothing but profit, which is nothing but 900. Discount is 1500, profit is 900. Okay, now just listen the concept. Cost price. Now this cost price is increased by x percent, and we are marking the MRP. And on the same MRP we are giving the discount of x percent, and we are selling, which means x percent of market price, divided by x percent of cost price. X percent of market price is nothing but the discount here. Discount is 1500. X percent of cost price is nothing but profit, and that profit is how much? 900. Upon cancellation of x and percentages, we get MRP by CP is nothing but 15 by 3, which is nothing but 5 by 3. 3 5s, so 3 3s, 5 by 3. MP by CP I am using over here. MP by CP I am using over here, right? Which is nothing but 5 by 3 is equal to 100 plus x divided by 100 minus x. Okay, 100 plus x divided by 100 minus x. Okay, Now, using componendo and dividendo rule, we can easily solve 5 plus 3 divided by 5 minus 3 is equal to 100 plus x plus 100 minus x divided by 100 plus x minus 100 minus plus. Okay, minus 100 plus 100, right? Here minus x plus x gets cancelled. Finally, 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 minus 3 is 2 is equal to 200 divided by 2x. So we are going to get x as how much? 25. We need 4x. 4x is nothing but 100. One of the fantastic question. I never expect this level of depth in profit and loss in placements. Generally, these are the questions are the related to banking level. These are the generally questions related to banking level. The banking level questions are given in TCS digital placements. See the difficultiness or the in-depth value. In-depth, the depth of the written test is going to be increasing. The depth difficulty level is going to be increases every year. Keeping in mind, viewers, you should be in a position to crack all these questions. You have to prepare more and more. You have to prepare, right? All the easy level, moderate level, difficulty level questions are well explained in my video course. For that, you can contact to the below number. That's the end of my part 2 TCS Digital 2021. The original questions asked in all slots of 7th August. Right? Wishing you all for your success in the upcoming written test and drives. Right? I will come up with the next video as soon as possible. Thanking you. Just please like and share my channel. Thank you one and all. Thank you very much.